Good afternoon, student. This is the lecture number 24 of unit number 3, that is alloy steel. In the previous lecture, we have started that introduction to alloy steel. In that, we have studied what is alloy steel, and next topic we have studied, that is the effect of alloying elements on the steel. Okay. Now, basically, what is alloy steel? Alloy steel is nothing but the or which is contained some alloying elements in addition to carbon. That carbon content is between 0.008 to 2% carbon. Okay, so that steel is known as a alloy steel. Now we have started that effect of alloying elements on the steel. Out of that, few parameters are remain. The first parameter we have studied, the solid solidification, strengthening and hardening. That is the first effect of alloying element. Then next we have studied the formation of carbides, means by the addition of alloying elements there will be some formation of carbides will take place, such as chromium carbide, vanadium carbide. Okay. Then we have studied formation of intermediate compound. That intermediate compound is such as a iron, tungsten, that is Fe3W2. Then formation of inclusions. Now that formation of inclusion means what? Formation of oxides on the surface of the steel. Then next we have studied, that is shifting of critical temperature and eutectoid carbon. Means what? In case of the iron carbon equilibrium diagram, we have studied the different critical temperature. Out of that, one of the critical temperature is eutectoid temperature, that is nothing but 727 degrees Celsius. Okay, and that temperature shifting will takes place, means eutectoid temperature shifting will takes place by the addition of alloying element in the steel. Then effect on the S curve, means whatever the TTT diagram or S curve we have observed in case of the heat treatment unit, that shifting of S curve will take place. Means there will be some uh, slide uh, occurrence, means slide occurrence of that S curve will takes place. Change in the occurrence of the S curve will takes place. Then effect of on the shape of S curve. We know that the shape will be like this, but here two nose will form. Okay, these two nose will form, and that is only because of the uh, addition of the alloying elements. Okay. Then next, effect on the nose temperature. Now the occurrence of that nose will also depend on the addition of the alloying elements that we have already studied in the previous lecture. Then change in the volume during transformation. This factor we will have to study in this lecture. Now change in volume during transformation. The volume change result from austenite to martensite may get influence as shown in figure. Now in this figure we can observe that on x-axis there is a solute by weight, and on y-axis there is a temperature transformation of volume change. Okay, so here we can observe some different alloying elements like silicon, manganese, nickel, chromium, molybdenum and cobalt, that will act as the alloying element. As we add some out of that all the alloying elements, some elements alloying elements are added into the steel. Because of that, volume of that solid solution will changes. Okay, and various elements may be chosen in a proper proportion to reduce the volumetric change. Okay, to reduce the distortion and the risk of quenching during the hardening. We know that during uh, hardening, when we are performing the cooling of the specimen from higher temperature to room temperature, we will have to do the rapid quenching in order to obtain the or increases the hardness of the cutting edges. In that case, there will be a, cracking or crack formation will take place. Okay, but by the addition of that alloying elements, the volumetric changes also reduces, distortion also reduces, and crack formation also reduces. Okay, that disadvantages also overcome by using that addition of the alloying elements Okay, then next is some other effect or some other changes occur because of the alloying addition of the alloying elements. Okay, that out of that the transformation may become sluggish means what? Somewhat slow down the transformation of austenite to alpha ferrate and cementite. Transformation will sluggish means slow down from austenite to pearlite. Okay, means there will be, by the addition of some alloying element, the process of transformation means one phase to other phase change will be slowed down. Okay, that is nothing but the transformation may become sluggish. The corrosion and oxidation resistance may increases, um, and that occurrence of that um, corrosion and oxidation resistance increases only because of the there will be occurrence of some chromium increases the corrosion resistance by forming a thin layer or thin film of chromium oxide on the surface. Instead of forming the iron oxide on the surface, we are adding the chromium. We are adding chromium in the alloy steel, and that chromium एक्झॅक्टली काय करत आहे की तो क्रोमियम ऑक्साईड म्हणजे परत सांगतो, लक्ष द्या, एक एक मेटॅलिक पीस आहे. हियर सम मेटॅलिक पीस इज देअर. ओके, it is made up of iron and carbon. As the presence of iron in that metallic piece, and in the atmosphere the moisture is present, that is we may call it as a S2O. Okay, so that atmospheric moisture, and in air oxygen is also present. Okay, so what will happen, because of the atmospheric condition, that moisture content in the air as well as the oxygen in the air, it may combine with the iron and form iron oxide, that is FeO. Okay, iron oxide, it will form iron oxide, and that iron oxide is nothing but the corrosion film. Okay, or what we can say that the brown color film, and that brown color film is nothing but the rusting of iron. What? Rusting of iron. Brown color film is nothing but the rusting of iron. And in order to prevent that rusting of iron, what we will do, we will add chromium in the steel. Chromium in the steel. And now what will happen, now whatever the iron and carbon present in the steel, it will remain as it is, and that chromium will react with the atmospheric moisture as well as atmospheric oxygen and form chromium oxide. Okay, chromium oxide film on the surface of that metallic piece, and because of that the corrosion resistance will increases. Understood? Okay, this is nothing but the addition of the chromium on the surface of the addition of the chromium in the steel, and it will form the thin layer of chromium oxide on the surface of the iron. Okay, by this way the rusting of the iron will prevented. Then creep strength may get increased due to the presence and depression of the fine carbide. Okay, तो जो कार्बाइड आहे त्याचं सुद्धा फॉर्मेशन डिक्रीज होते, कार्बनचं जे फॉर्मेशन आहे ते सुद्धा डिक्रीज होते, आणि क्रीप स्ट्रेंथ ऑल्सो इन्क्रीज होते. क्रीप स्ट्रेंथ मीन्स देर विल बी सम फटीग स्ट्रेंथ और क्रॅक फॉर्मेशन विल means prevented, and creep resistance or creep strength will increases. Is it? Then fatigue strength may also get increases. Fatigue strength काय होते? Increase होते. Is it? Understood? These two effect are remain in the last lecture that we have covered today. Okay, then next topic we will have to study, that is the stainless steel. What is stainless steel? Okay, alloy steel which is a highly resistant to corrosion and oxidation are known as a stainless steel. जो स्टील अलॉय आहे किंवा अलॉय स्टील आहे जो काय हायली रेजिस्टन्स आहे कशाला? कोरोजन आणि ऑक्सिडेशनला, दॅट अलॉय स्टील इज नोन ॲज अ स्टेनलेस स्टील. आता बेसिकली स्टेनलेस स्टील कुठे पाहतो आपण? जर आपण ते जॅग्वारचे नळ पाहिले असेल, शॉवर पाहिला असेल, ठीक आहे, किंवा फ्लश पाहिले असतील, ओके, किंवा स्टीलच्या रॅलिंग्ज आहेत स्टेअरकेसच्या, बरोबर, किंवा विंडोज आहेत स्टेनलेस स्टीलच्या, किंवा जर आपण डोअर सेट्स पाहिले असेल, हँडल येते त्यामध्ये, ओके, दॅट लूप आहे, बरोबर, ओके, दॅट ऑल दी or kitchen utensils आहेत, that all the instruments or all the appliances are manufactured of stainless steel, and as the property of corrosion resistance and prevention of prevention or resistance, increasing the resistance of oxidation, is known as a stainless steel. Okay, there are several distinct type of stainless steel, have large percentage of chromium and समटाईम्स ऑफ निकेल. आता क्रोमियमचं आपण लास्ट याच्यामध्येच पाहिलं, क्रोमियम कशामुळे साठी ॲड करतात, बिकॉज दॅट क्रोमियम विल फॉर्म सम लेअर और थिन फिल्म विथ ऑक्सिजन अँड इट विल प्रिव्हेंट दी ऑक्सिडेशन ऑफ दी आयर्न. ओके, दॅट्स वाय more than 10% chromium is added in the stainless steel. Then sometimes of nickel, that is up to 26% is added into the stainless steel. Is it? So are you getting it? What is stainless steel? That highly resistance, the stainless steel is nothing but the alloy steel which is highly resistant to oxidation and corrosion, are known as a stainless steel. And major constituent कोण असतात, तर एक आहे क्रोमियम आणि दुसरा आहे निकेल. क्रोमियम असतो मोर दॅन 10% and it will be 0 to 26% nickel is present. Okay, then properties of stainless steel, wide range of strength and hardness. फर्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी कोणती इन्क्रीज होते किंवा अवेलेबल असते स्टेनलेस स्टीलमध्ये, दॅट इज वाईड रेंज ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ अँड हार्डनेस. देन हाय डक्टिलिटी अँड फॉर्मेबिलिटी. देन हाय कोरोजन रेजिस्टन्स तर आपण पाहिलंच, बाय द ॲडिशन ऑफ क्रोमियम. डक्टिलिटी अँड फॉर्मेबिलिटी, इज इट, मीन्स ॲज वी आर युझिंग for the casting purpose stainless steel, then it has a higher ductility and formability. Then high resistance to oxidation at elevated temperature, means higher temperature. Good thermal conductivity also increases by the addition of that alloying element like chromium and nickel. Then easy weldability, welding सुद्धा पॉसिबल आहे स्टेनलेस स्टीलच्या केसमध्ये. स्पेशल टाइप ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोड्स आर यूज्ड हॅव्हिंग दी alloying elements as similar to the stainless steel like chromium and nickel. Good machinability, machining सुद्धा होऊ शकते स्टेनलेस स्टीलवर. देन हाय कोल्ड अँड मीन्स हॉट वर्किंग अँड कोल्ड वर्केबिलिटी इज ऑल्सो possible with the help of that stainless steel. And excellent surface finishing is obtained. Excellent surface finishing is possible in case of the stainless steel. Okay, so this is nothing but the stainless steel and its properties. Okay, then types of stainless steel. What are the different types of stainless steel? First type is a ferritic stainless steel. Ferritic stainless steel, why it is called as ferritic stainless steel? It is produced at a ferritic temperature or eutected temperature. That's why it is known as a ferritic stainless steel. It contains 12 to 27% chromium, 0.08 to 0.2% carbon. Is it? The structure of the steel consists of ferritic phase which cannot be hardened by heat treatment. Means हा जो ferritic stainless steel, we know that as the ferritic stainless steel is or ferrite is a soft in phase. That's why after heat treatment also it will not be converted to harder material. Okay, high chromium content ferritic stainless steel have corrosion resistance. Okay, because that chromium will acts as a chromium oxide on the surface of the steel. Okay, it is widely used for furnace parts. Means तुम्ही पाहिलं असेल MP1 मध्ये फर्नेसेस कशासाठी यूज करतात, फॉर melting the cast iron. Okay, and that cast iron is used in the casting industry for manufacturing of the casting parts. Okay, that's why there will be some higher refractoriness property must be there. Means whatever the furnace parts are manufactured that must have higher refractoriness property, and stainless steel has a higher refractoriness property. That's why it will be used widely for furnace parts. Okay, this is the first type of stainless steel, that is ferritic stainless steel. Then the composition of ferritic stainless steel. In the composition, the ferritic stainless steel consists of near about 5 ferritic stainless steel types. The types are 401, 430, 430 up, 442, 446. These are the different types of ferritic stainless steel, and their composition and properties and uses are also given. That first type of, that is 401, consists of 0.08% carbon, 1% manganese, 1% silicon, 12 to 14% chromium. The chromium percent is higher because as it's a stainless steel. The name itself suggests that stainless steel means what? There will be no corrosion. Then 0.1 to 0.3% aluminum. This is the composition of first grade of ferritic stainless steel, that is 405. प्रॉपर्टी काय फुल्ली फेरेटिक आहे, नॉन हार्डनिंग आहे. देन 430मध्ये काय 0.12% मॅक्स कार्बन आहे, 1% मॅग्नीज, 1% सिलिकॉन. क्रोमियम अगेन increases, that is 14 to 18%. यूज मोस्टली इन ऑटोमोटिव्ह इंडस्ट्री. ऑटोमोटिव्ह म्हणजे ऑटोमोबाईल इंडस्ट्री. दॅट इंजिन केसिंग्स, engine part like piston, cylinder, connecting rod, crankshaft. Okay, these components are manufactured by using that 430 ferritic stainless steel, and it has a high resistance to nitric acid. Okay, then 430 up, it consists of 0.12% carbon, 1.2% manganese, 1% silicon, and 14 to 18% chromium. फ्री मशीन ग्रेड्स आहे, हा मशीनिंगसाठी यूज केला जातो. देन 440 0.2% carbon, 1% manganese, 1% silicon, 18 to 23%. Again here the percentage of chromium is increases. Okay, high temperature service in sulfur atmosphere. Okay, then next is 446 0.2% carbon, 1.5% manganese, 1% silicon, and 23 to 27% chromium. Okay, and 0.25% nitrogen. This is high corrosion resistance up to 1100 degrees Celsius. That is possible with the help of that 446 ferritic stainless steel grade of 446 grade of stainless steel. Okay, then next I have martensitic stainless steel. These steel consist of 12 to 18% chromium, 0.1 to 1.2% carbon. Okay, so this is the 12 to 18% chromium. The structure consists of hard martensitic phase after hardening. We know that after hardening we will obtain that martensitic phase, and martensite is the hardest and toughest phase in out of the all types of phases, that is benite, ladyborite, pearlite. Out of that all the phases, martensite is the toughest phase. The steel containing 12 to 14% chromium, 0.3% carbon are widely used for tool and equipment. Means this combination is used widely for a tool and equipment. Then steel with 16 to 18% chromium are used as a spring, ball bearing, valves, and instrument under high pressure and high temperature and corrosion resistance. Means that springs are used in the weighing instruments. Then ball bearing are used in the every bearing, front wheel bearing, rear wheel bearing, that fan bearings. Okay, all the bearing balls are manufactured by using this type of stainless steel, that is martensitic stainless steel. That walls of the walls of that turbines. Okay, and the high temperature and corrosion resistance condition wherever is available, in that case that martensitic stainless steel is used. Okay, then next type of stainless steel, rather the composition of the martensitic stainless steel. Here are again 4 grades of stainless steel consisting in the martensitic stainless steel, that is 403, 410, 414 and 420. these type of stainless steels are categorized into martensitic stainless steel, or these grades of stainless steel are categorized into martensitic stainless steel. These contain 0.15% carbon, 1% manganese, 0.5% silicon, 12 to 13% chromium. Okay, and properties is use highly stressed part, turbine and compressor blades. Means what we can say that the steam industry जे आहे जिथे स्टीम जनरेट केले जाते, टर्बाइन कॉम्प्रेसर ब्लेड्स आर मॅन्युफॅक्चर्ड बाय युझिंग 403 मार्टेन्सिटिक स्टेनलेस स्टील ग्रेड. 410 is low price, general purpose, high strength and average in resistance property achieved होते, which contain 0.15% copper, 1% carbon, 1% manganese, 1% silicon, 12 to 14% chromium. Here we can observe the chromium is the major constituent in the stainless steel. That stainless steel may be of martensitic or ferritic stainless steel. Okay, and on the basis of that percentage of chromium, it is known as the stainless steel. Okay, better corrosion resistance than 410 type, used for manufacturing of spring, knife and blades. Means the cutting edges as well as the springs. Okay, these are the steel which are used for the knife, blades, springs, turbine walls, ball bearings. Okay, this type of grades of martensitic stainless steel are used. Then next type of stainless steel is austenitic stainless steel. These steel contains 16 to 24% chromium, 8 to 12% nickel and less than 0.2% carbon. Okay, here in addition to chromium there is a nickel is present. Okay, addition of nickel stabilizes the austenite. Means what is stabilized, that stability of the austenite will increases by the addition of that nickel, and hence the structure of the steel consists of austenite at room temperature. Means below 727 or approximately equal to 727, the occurrence of that austenite will be possible. Other groups of austenitic stainless steel contain increased amount of chromium and nickel to provide corrosion resistance at elevated temperature. Means by the addition of that chromium and nickel, the corrosion resistance also possible at elevated temperature also. Is it? So here by the addition of nickel, the stability of the austenite is increases. That's why here 8 to 22% nickel is added in the stainless steel, and hence it is known as the austenitic stainless steel. Then composition of austenitic stainless steel. Here again the five types of stainless steel, that is austenitic stainless steel, are there: 210, 202, 301, 302 and 302B. Okay, here the carbon percentage is same, that is 0.15%. Then manganese percentage is varies 5 to 7% in first type, 7 to 10% in second type of austenitic stainless steel. Here chromium is also 16 to 17%, 17 to 19%, 17 to 19%. Okay, likewise, and in addition to chromium, here nickel is also there, 3 to 5, 4 to 5, 6 to 8, 8 to 10%. On the basis of that, the portion of nickel has been replaced by manganese and nitrogen here. And high strength, after cold working of austenitic stainless steel, we can obtain the high strength. Okay, easily worked, lower rate of work hardening, and higher silicon increase resistance at higher temperature. Okay, so this is nothing but the properties and uses of the austenitic stainless steel. Okay, austenitic stainless steel. Then heat treatment performed on the stainless steel depending on the purposes. Means what type of properties are desirable in case of the stainless steel, on that basis the different heat treatment process are performed. Here stress relief aniline, second type is full aniline, solution aniline, stabilizing treatment and hardening tempering. Okay, whatever the heat treatment process we have studied on the in the unit number 5, that same heat treatment process are performed on the stainless steel. Out of that, the stress relief aniline, it is carried out to relieve the internal stresses developed due to mechanical and thermal processes such as quenching and welding. In this process, heating of austenitic stainless steel to below 370 degrees Celsius and slow cool to room temperature takes place. Okay, so this is nothing but the cooling, and this heat treatment not only eliminate the internal stresses but also improve the elastic property. म्हणजेच फक्त इंटरनल स्ट्रेसेसच रिमूव्ह नाही करत, तर काय करते ते त्याची जी इलॅस्टिक प्रॉपर्टी आहे दॅट विल ऑल्सो इन्क्रीजेस. Then next is full aniline. It is carried out to relieve the internal stresses, to increase the structural homogeneity. Means most of the heat treatment process are similar. Okay, then hardening and tempering. These steel are hardened by quenching from temperature 950 to 1050 degrees Celsius. Hardened steel can be stress relieved by heating to a temperature of above 300 without much of decreasing hardness. Means that second step is a tempering process. In tempering, low temperature, medium temperature and high temperature. Out of that, the low temperature 250 to 350 degrees Celsius, that is 350 degrees Celsius, and it is low temperature tempering process is carried out in order to decrease some amount of hardenability. Okay, so this is nothing but the stainless steel, types of stainless steel, their compositions, properties and uses, and whatever the heat treatment perform on the stainless steel that we have studied today. The next type of high carbon high chromium steel, manganese steel, that we will see or that we will study in the next lecture. Thank you.